Hi, and welcome to Manifest Everything Always. This is supposed to be day 21 of my 30 days of robotic affirming live streaming. And I've missed 4 days of this. If you're watching this or listening to this on the replay, thank you so much for joining. On this channel, we talk about manifestation. Mostly we talk about manifestation in relation to manifesting money, manifesting abundance, manifesting financial overflow. And I set out this challenge to do 30 days of robotic affirming. And I've done the robotic affirming outside of the channel or of the streaming, but I haven't streamed every single day. I think I'm 4 days behind. So I'm gonna catch up today by doing 4 back-to-back streams. I hope I can, 4 back-to-back streams talking about different things. This one is going to be about how to let go of how and watch miracles unfold. And and then the next one is going to be robotic affirmations. So so today I'm going to do 4 streams before I go to sleep. That is what I'm going to do to catch up to be on day 21. I have managed to achieve this on my other channel, daily streams, day 21. We're on, and I've done back-to-back streams every single day for 21 days so far, 9 days left to go. And this one I haven't been able to do. There's no reason for it, actually. I just found that time ran away from me, and then I realised I still hadn't done my stream, and I wanted to do a stream where I was doing my affirmations on camera for a few hours, but I didn't manage to get that done because my phone has been glitching, the one that I use for streaming. But anyway, it's all good. If you're watching this on the replay, you can fast forward it to get to the point where I start talking about this. But if you are going to be coming into the live, then yeah. Let me do a poll. What is your major pain point when it comes to manifestation? That's what I'm going to do for this poll. Manifesting. I can't actually write manifesting with a G on it. So I'm just going to have to leave it. There's no space. So I'm going to just leave it. So in case you don't think I can spell for the poll, I've had to do it like that. What is your major pain point when it comes to manifesting? I've had to do it like that because there's no space. There's only a certain amount of characters that are allowed. So today's stream, like I said, I'm doing this 30-day challenge, 30 days of robotic affirming, generally, but I don't always do robotic affirming for these daily live streams. Today I'm going to be talking about how to let go of how and watch miracles unfold. I'm a little bit behind on this challenge, so I'm going to have to do 4 live streams today to catch up. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. So yeah, let's get into this. Before I get into it though, I do have a link in my bio for my Digital Abundance 30 Free Challenge. If you're interested in building a digital product business or just building a digital business and supporting your mindset along the way, then you can check out that link in the description. Sorry, in the bio. So let's go. So I'm going to start off by talking about when I felt really tense and anxious around my manifestations and the goals that I had set for myself. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story before I get into it. So it was early in the morning, about 2 a.m, and I had my laptop open and I was looking at a spreadsheet, and I'd got through my 3rd cup of coffee that day, well, that night, early hours of the morning. I had mapped out every step of my new business launch, the Instagram posts, the email sequences, the perfect pricing tier, and all of that. I had a 5-year plan, so detailed. It included what I'd wear to the Forbes interview. I'm not even joking. And I was completely and utterly miserable at that time. I was so anxious. My mind was on a frantic hamster wheel. And I was just thinking about, how is this going to happen? How? Everything was all about how. How do I get more followers? How do I convert them into clients? How do I make these months numbers? I was trying to force my dream into existence through sheer willpower and exhaustive planning. I believed if I just worked harder and figured out the right strategy and all the different things and all the different moving parts that went along with building a business, and if I controlled every variable, I would finally arrive at the success that I craved at that time. But all I felt was exhaustion. I was tired. I was fed up. I was always thinking, like, what next and how am I going to do it? So if you are someone, especially if you're a woman, building something from the heart, a business, a creative project, a movement, I know that you're going to understand what I'm talking about. The place of, like, where you're just working so hard, the place where how becomes a really stressful thought and it just rules your every waking moment. But what if I told you that your breakthrough isn't on the other side of a better plan? What if I said it's on the other side of surrender? I know you don't want to hear this, especially if you're a control freak like me. What if I said it was on the other side of surrender, letting go? You know, we are taught that we must have it all figured out, that we are the organizers, the planners, the makers of lists. We believe that being responsible means having a white-knuckled grip on the steering wheel of our lives. So when a dream whispers in our heart and start the business, write the book, launch the course, our minds immediately jump to, but how am I going to do this? And this is where the magic often dies. The how is rooted in our past. It's based on what we've already seen, what we already know is possible, and it is limited by our current resources, our current bank balance, and our current network. So when we obsess over how, we are essentially asking our small human brains, ourselves, to figure out a path that our expansive, divine self is meant to co-create. So what happens is we get stuck in the narrow lane of the known, blind to the infinite fields of possibility just beyond the ditch. I remember the crushing weight of believing it was all on me, that if I didn't figure it out, it would happen. You know, it wouldn't happen. It was quite lonely and it was extremely heavy and I always felt stressed. But here's the shift from force to flow. The secret that every successful and fulfilled creator I know has learned is this: your only job is the what and the why. The how is the universe's department. So your what is the vision, the thriving community, the beautiful product, the best-selling book. And your why is the feeling of freedom, the impact, the creative expression. And you must get crystal clear on these. You must get crystal clear on the what and the why. You have to feel them wholeheartedly, feel them in your bones, embody the version of you who already has them. But the how, the specific steps, the unexpected opportunities and the chance meetings, the sudden influx of cash, you have to let that go. It's very difficult, I know, because often we sit there and say, okay, all the money that I'm craving or wanting is going to come from this one thing. And often it comes from something else. Often the money is a byproduct of the action that you've taken, and sometimes it isn't in that particular thing that you've put out there. Sometimes it is coming from an unexpected opportunity that came as a result of you putting one piece of content out there, but it might not come from the digital product that you've put out there. And so when you let go of the how, you allow opportunities to flow without feeling so anxious and tight. Because sometimes what we do is we actually limit ourselves by saying this is where the money's going to come from and that's it. It isn't about passive waiting and just sitting around doing nothing, because that's what sometimes people think. I don't know if you've ever watched The Secret or you've read The Secret. I've found that when I watched The Secret, I initially thought that it was just about thinking about something and everything just comes into fruition. There is some action that's required. It's about active, aligned surrender. It's the difference between straining to push a boulder up a hill, which is force, and placing your boat in a river and skillfully steering with the current flow. This is where energetic alignment comes in place. Alignment simply means your inner state, your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. And when they match the reality you wish to create, that's when the magic happens. If you're constantly stressed, anxious, and doubting the how, you are in an energetic mismatch with abundance. You are broadcasting a signal of lack, and the universe is in, you don't allow the universe to do its job. The universe, God, whatever you want to say. Source, divine source. In its unfaithful mirroring, we will reflect more lack back to you. It is what it is. In its faithful mirroring, you will reflect more lack back to you. So what if your feeling of safety wasn't dependent on your bank statement, but on your connection to something greater? So you want to rewire your nervous system for abundance. Why is this so hard? Why is it so hard to do this? Because our obsession with how is often a trauma response. Let that sink in. Our obsession with how is often a trauma response. It's our nervous system's attempt to feel safe. How this and how is it going to happen? How is this? How? It's often a trauma response. When we grew up in environments where resources, whether money, love or attention, felt scarce or unpredictable, our subconscious mind learned to equate control with safety. So if we can just predict and manage everything, we won't get hurt. We won't fail. We won't be left with nothing. This is a scarcity mindset in its most primal form. To truly let go of the how, we must gently reassure our nervous system that it's safe to surrender. Tough to do, I know, when you have lived an entire lifetime of feeling like you need to control everything. We must move from a state of fear, which is our sympathetic nervous system, to a state of trust, which is our parasympathetic nervous system. This is what we call subconscious reprogramming work, and this is what it looks like. This is a really important part. Pay attention. Breathing deeply when the panic of how will I pay for this arises, telling your body we are safe and we are supported. Replacing the thought, this will never work, with the universe is conspiring to help me. I am open to unexpected solutions. Celebrating small wins as proof that you are being guided, building a new evidence file for your brain that says, look, it's working out, we can relax. The great teacher and author Joseph Campbell perfectly captured this. It's a dance between our effort and a greater intelligence when he said, we must be willing to let go of the life we planned so as to have the life that is waiting for us. The life, the one waiting for you, doesn't require you to have all the answers. It only requires you to have faith. I'm looking at my poll right now, and I've realised I didn't actually put proper answers here. I just put yes and no. What is your major pain point when it comes to manifesting? I'm going to change this, if I can. I don't think I can. Anyway, fine. What I really wanted to put there was consistency, believing, the faith, and fear. So here's your invitation to miracles. Listen to this. How do you actually do this? You start by taking one deliberate step into trust. Today, I invite you to try a small experiment. Listen to this. This is really powerful. Identify one how you are currently white-knuckling. Is it how to get 10 new clients, how to find the money for a course, how to get your first 100 subscribers. Write it down on a piece of paper, hold it in your hands and feel the weight of it, the anxiety it carries. Now take a deep, full body breath, and as you exhale, whisper, I release the how, I trust you with this. Place that piece of paper in a jar, a box, or even your shredder. This is a physical act of surrender. It is you saying to the universe, or God, or the higher power, or divine source, this is yours now. I'm handing it over to you. For the rest of the day, your only job is to focus on your why, the feeling behind your dream, and take one small inspired action that brings you joy. Not frantic, effort-filled action, inspired action, the kind that feels light, the kind that feels easy. Then watch, pay attention. The miracle might not be a giant check or a viral post, though it could be, you never know. The first miracle is often the feeling of ease that washes over you. The second miracle might be a random idea that pops into your head, or an email from a stranger offering exactly the help you need. When you let go of the how, you make space for magic to enter, and you trade your limited blueprint for the universe's infinite architecture. You are a creator. Your birthright is not struggle, but flow, not scarcity, but divine abundance. Your dream is not something you have to chase down, but a frequency you're learning to attune to. So let go of the oars. The river knows the way. I want to repeat this last thing that I said. Well, this previous thing that I said before the last thing. You are a creator. Your birthright is not struggle, but flow. Not scarcity, but divine abundance. Your dream is not something you have to chase down, but a frequency you're learning to attune to. Let go of the oars. The river knows the way. If this resonated deeply with you, and you're ready to systematically release the subconscious blocks, scarcity stories, and nervous system anxiety that keep you chained to the how, I would be honored to guide you. You can explore a more intimate, held container inside my Release the Pain sessions, where we work one-on-one to heal the roots so your abundance can finally and effortlessly flourish. My Release the Pain sessions are actually invite only, so you can email me on intriguework@gmail.com. That's INTRIGUE work@gmail.com. Intriguework@gmail.com. And I will tell you more about the Release the Pain sessions, and we can have a chat, and we can see if it's something that you really want to do, see if it's something that you connect with and that aligns with your purpose and aligns with what you're trying to do right now, and we can have a chat. We can definitely have a chat. I really hope this resonated with you, and if it did, give this a thumbs up. If it resonated with you, you can also subscribe to me, and we can take it from there. I'm also on TikTok. I'm D Manifests on TikTok. Okay. I'm going to do a live streaming challenge on TikTok when I hit 50 followers on that page. I'm not on 50 followers yet. So it'd be great if you could get me to those 50 followers by going over to D Manifests on TikTok and give me a follow on there. When I get to 50 followers on there, I'm going to start doing a live stream, 30-day live stream challenge on there as well. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate your time. And you can listen to this on the replay, because some of the things I dropped in this piece were gold. I'm going to jump on another live in the next few minutes. I didn't want to do these, or I didn't want to talk about a different topic in this same live, because I need to catch up with my 4 lives that I've missed throughout this challenge. 30 days of lives and 30 days of robotic affirming, and I didn't actually manage to fulfill it. So I'm catching up. By hook or crook, I'm going to finish this challenge by the end of this month. So I'm going to do 3 more lives today to catch up. So I'll see you soon in my next one.